Hi, my name is Shondanishea Edwards. I have a background in phlebotomy, medical assistant, and customer service. Yes, I know you're wondering, with that type of medical background, what makes her interested into IT, web development? Well, let me explain why. At work every day, I am the go-to person for any IT or technical issues. If their computers are not working, scanners, internet, page not cannot be found. Instead of calling IT, Shonda, Miss IT, can you help me, please? I don't want to stay on hold. I'm like, okay, I can figure it out. So most of the problems I end up solving. So with that being said, I started wondering, okay, how does the computer work? How does the website work? So I want to see what went on. So I went online, searched for some courses, and I found some online courses that didn't work out too well for me. I do well with group learning. So I searched and I found Savvy Coders. Savvy Coders had teachers and teacher assistants, and which was a great fit for me with the group learning. So I enrolled into Savvy Coders. Now that gets you to where I'm at today. So I will start off by showing my page, sharing my page, and then after that, I will explain. Okay, so this is my website. It's called Vision Financial Dreams. As you see, I have green in the background, and in my header, I have a picture of money. I did that with CSS, which I learned at Savvy Coders. That helped me style my page more. So, Vision Financial Dreams. It is help. Yeah, the reason why I named it Vision Financial Dreams because everybody has a vision to be financial. You know, they have a vision and a dream to be financially fit. So that means what is financially fit? Everyone wants to become financially fit. It doesn't mean you have a lot of money from your job or your business. It just simply means that you have financial freedom. When you're financially fit, you can afford to spend whatever you want to spend without having the stress of financial problems later on. Because everybody dreams of the new car, the new house, and you don't want to wait until you have that dream to work on your finances. So the first thing you want to do is to look at your credit history. You can go to TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. You want to check your credit history. So with that being said, we would click over to credit. 3 ways to improve your credit. And I have a picture that I put in here. It tells you the range for bad credit, fair credit, and good credit, and best, which is very important when you're looking at your credit history. If you have bad credit, you might be able to get that car, but you'll pay a higher interest rate than someone with the best credit. You might be paying 15% versus 2%. So, what you want to start off doing by checking your credit report regularly. And you just want to comb through it, make sure there's no negative accounts, no repossessions, evictions, medical bills. Those can sneak up on you. Any charged off accounts, you want to make sure you don't have any of those. Also, you want to also check for errors. If you have an error in your address, employment history, some people might think that's not important, but if you're going for a nice new job that's doing a background check on you and they want to know where you've lived in the last 5 years and you skip that address, you might be denied that job because they're feeling that you've been untruthful. But it was just an error on your report. Also, you want to make sure you check all your debt. Just make sure it's valid. If it's a medical bill you paid off and it's on there, you want to make sure that that's taken off. You would say you would say to that credit agency, "Hey, that bill was paid on whatever date it was paid," and they will remove that from there. So we did those 2 steps. Now it's time to rebuild your credit. We want to pay our bills on time. Pay off any outstanding balance. Pay your credit card before your statement is due. That is very, very important. If you pay it off before your statement is due, you save on interest also, so that helps save you money. Do not close any current credit card accounts. We need years and years worth of credit, not just current credit. So if you close your old credit card accounts, that takes from your credit history. That takes the years off your credit history, which is very important. You want to show that you're stable and able to keep your credit cards for years. That looks better. So, and you want to make sure, the most important thing, you be committed to changing. So you've learning all the different things to change your credit. You fix your credit, but you still have your bad habits. If you still have your bad habits, you would go back to where you was at, having to rebuild that credit over and over again. We don't want it to be a snowfall. We want to just build it and keep it up there. So next, I have a budget page, which is coming soon. Right now, you can input your budget. We'll say 2,300 every 2 weeks. But I do want to add in where you can calculate your expenses and you'll be able to print it out. I was having issues with getting it to calculate, so that is something that's on my list to do. So you want to make sure, so you'll have your budget, 2,300 every 2 weeks, your expenses every 2 weeks that you spend, and your balance. You either can save that balance or go buy you something nice with it. Then I have my favorite of all times, couponing. So we have the basics of couponing. I have a lovely picture of coupons, and it tells you to gather your supplies, unique coupons, of course, coupon binders, scissors, store ads, and a calculator. So it just tells you the basics. You can find your coupons in your Sunday paper, your local library. You can also find them in Dollar Tree if you're in the St. Louis area. Yeah, then you want to get your coupons, figure out what you want to buy, put them together, add everything up so you won't be shocked at the register. Get your prices together. But you can also I have a little clickable site on here. It's one of my favorite sites to go to help me find my deals. It's called the Crazy Coupon Lady. You can go on here and it'll have your deals laid out for you. Anything you need, when the coupon came out, what sales, what stores, what to put with it is in there. And a few of my favorite stores, Target. Target, you can use manufacturer coupons and they have the cartwheel that saves you money also, and those can be combined together. Walmart, one of my favorite stores, they always have great deals. Family Dollar, they have their coupons and you can use manufacturer coupons. With either of these stores, you can come out majority of the time getting Tide laundry detergent for like 12 cents, which is awesome. That's great to save you because if you're working on your credit and you're working on a budget, you might as well coupon to help save some money there. So now I have my contact page. My contact page is a form. I use HTML to make this form. So you can input your name. My name is Shonda. And then my last name is Edwards. USA. And we'll put an email. Shonda at Gmail. And a message. Hi, I would love more information. So once you submit that message, it goes to Form Spree, which we learned about in class. So Form Spree, actually once it goes to Form Spree, it sends me an email as you see popped up in the corner, letting me know that you messaged me. And also I can go to Form Spree myself, which I'm gonna go to it so you well, I won't go because I don't have it pulled up. Sorry. So we'll go back to my site. So I do want to show you in the beginning what I wanted my website to look like. So right now I am on GitHub. And GitHub is where I send up all my files and my files for my project. And this is one of my files I had, which is my wireframes that I drew it out. I'm not an artist, as you can tell. So this is what I visioned my website to look like in the beginning. So it didn't quite get the same, but you get the understanding, and it's still the same thought frame in it. But when you start something off new that you never done before, you vision things differently, because you don't know what all it takes to put in it. With that being said, when I started off, I was a very visual person. So being a very visual person kind of makes it a little bit harder in web development. So I had to reset my mind. I had to change my mindset, because when you're inputting code, you're not seeing it visually starting off. You're inputting and inputting, and then you don't know what until either it shows up later once you finish inputting all your code, or it blows up. So I had to change my mindset on that. Everything's not visual like it is in the medical field, which is great, because now I think, in my opinion, I can do things both ways. I can go with seeing everything and not seeing everything. And I'm okay with not seeing it, and then it shows up like yes. And then if it doesn't show up, okay, Shonda, what are you going to do to figure out why is this page blank? Just say if this page was blank. I would inspect my page. Then I go to my console, which it will tell me, it'll be like a red arrow, like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? As you see this red arrow here, it's because I was trying to hook my back end up, but it wouldn't work for me. So that's one of my errors. So I do want to say I have gotten so much better with troubleshooting. Also, I use my Trello board. And what is my Trello board? It's basically step by step my plans of what I need to do in small increments, oh, as I learned in Agile, which I am Agile certified. So I have my planning, my backlog, my ready for development. I have some testing. I got bugs. My back end, that's very buggy right now. And my calculator expense and some things that was ready. So I'm gonna just go right back to my page. And as savvy coders, I must say, I learned so much. I learned a lot. I learned I learned enough. I learned about JavaScript, HTML, CSS. All the teachers and TAs was great and helpful. My TA, Jonathan, anytime I messaged him, he will message me right back. If he's not available, he would say, hey, Shonda, what's a good time we can meet after this time? Or he would say, hey, can you hop on now? Which I loved, because that's what's needed when you're new to this, and savvy coders is giving what people need. You need constant buddies. Some of us, we created a group called the Ladies and One Guy. So it's something to help us. If we needed help, we could click in that group and say, hey, I need help with such and such, and we all get on the Zoom, and we kind of agile mindset there. We'll get together and we'll collaborate and help each other with our problems. So I am happy that I went on this journey. It was challenging. I'm not going to say it wasn't. It was very challenging, which a challenge was needed for me in my life. But it was worth the challenge in the end. I thank you guys for attending. And is there any questions?